Hey guys, welcome to another speed build, and I will apologize off the bat because you can see the build's already started. I launched OBS, I went into starting the build, and it seems that it stopped working. And someone messaged me on Skype, luckily, like 10 minutes after I started building, and that's when I realized that it wasn't working. It's like, so you've missed the layout, but I do change it a lot, so you're actually not missing much. You can still see what's going on. So by the title, by the sea, I was going for a cottage feel, like a not really cottagey, but you know what I mean, like a in the on the shore by the water, obviously, type of home. And my idea for the sim that lived here was once more an artist, but this was a different artist. It wasn't like a high end art critic where you know how I done builds in the past. This was a very bohemian person, a person that was kind of a loner, you know, like just stay away from society and big places, and obviously move away from town, from the city rather. So yeah, that was the idea, and the furnishing that I did, which you'll see in a little bit, was mainly thought of like this person is not really into like having a designer type of house. This person goes to places and finds beauty in some objects and she just takes them home. And I'm saying she because I took a female sim to test things out and to take screenshots, so that's why it's a she. But yeah, basically she could be at an auction or something and she sees a statue of a pig. She realizes she doesn't care if it doesn't go with any of her stuff. It's art, and she liked it, so she takes it. And it doesn't matter where it'll go as long as she likes it. So that's pretty much the vibe of this house. I wouldn't say it's clutter, but she has a lot of stuff. She has a lot of books. She's a reader, this one. She's got a lot of bookshelves and a lot of books. And I made it for a painter. She's got easels and stuff, but you know, that's up to you if you want to download it. By the way, I am building in the, oh gosh, what's the name of this one town? Palmering something? Or Magnolia something. I think it's Magnolia something. And it's actually the map that comes with the Get to Work expansion, which only has 4 lots. And originally they're all stores, but you can take them down and make them residential. It's actually a lovely, lovely map. I really like it. The only downfall is it's very small and you only have 4 spaces to build. But it's beautiful. You have the water right there, and that's why it inspired me. I was like, okay, there's no actual beach in The Sims so far. At least at the moment that I'm making this video, there isn't. So, you know, let's get creative. Let's pretend. So, yeah, you'll see me now starting really going into this house is a cottage by the beach type of deal. When I go into the phone, I keep missing walls. I don't know how that happened. It'll happen more. You'll see it eventually again. Walls disappear. It's the weirdest thing. And yeah, the outside is very just white and blue. I guess your typical sort of when you think of cottage by the sea. I guess at least that's what I think of. Like light blues and stuff. And the inside is also light colors, but it's more a teeny bit more eclectic. I don't think it looks completely deconstructed. Bleh, decontrusted. No, I can't say that word. Why am I even trying? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't look like it's all over the place. Oh yeah, by the way, that trim, I just couldn't get it. You can see right there, it's glitched, and no matter what I did, it wouldn't get fixed. So I left it for a while. And I thought like I'll come back to it later. And it wouldn't get fixed no matter what I did. So I eventually actually ended up taking it away. And there's a lot of stuff that you're seeing now that's actually going to change completely. The color of the door, um, the whole layout of the top floor, which is a loft, by the way. You don't actually have a bedroom here. It's just a loft space with a bed, because I kind of like that effect. Um, but yeah, I didn't quite like the layout that I was going with, and I changed it. You'll see it in a little bit. So yeah, here is where I'm like, okay, so yeah, this is not really on the beach, but I'm gonna pretend. I know there's a few lots on the map that came with the Get Together expansion. I can't remember the name of the city now, but I know that there's an island, and in the island there are a few lots that are actually more like on the shore, but they're big. And I wanted to go with a 20 by 20 bill. I didn't want to do it excessively large, and I didn't want the lot to look empty either. So this why this. I turned the grass into sand, and I went with that sort of darker effect for like underneath the ladder, the stairs or the steps where people would walk on, and also like where people would walk on the curb and around the house, because you figure like very close to the house would be a little damped, like when it rains and stuff. Also, she's like right across the water. So maybe when there's like very high tide, water goes all the way up there. Maybe she gets floods. I don't know. I hope not, because I didn't give her any sandbags. Anyways, the outside is pretty simple. Just a few little plants because it is sand. It wouldn't actually look good if I litter it with plants. So I just added like a few flowers. Flowers? Flowers? Can't speak. Mind you, it's 7 in the morning, I have an apple night. So we're gonna blame it on that. This is the only actual room in the whole house, I guess, closed room. And yes, I do this a lot. I like the open concept, in case you haven't figured that out. I was actually thinking about doing like a mansion, kind of like the Goths, but a bit more modern. And I guess if I do that, I'm gonna have to go with a more rooms, actual separated rooms type of layout. And it's gonna be a struggle because it's just something that I don't gravitate towards. I like open concept. I like the idea of having an open big room. What I did here is 2 different levels on the ground, as you can see, which I also struggle with a lot because I couldn't find the trim for the bottom, whatever you call that, that I was happy with. It took me a while. I changed it up. Anyways, yeah, here I think this is when I'm changing the top floor because I didn't like it. I'm not sure if that's when. I know that I moved the house because I wanted to face the. I was building it with the front door facing the water, but then I do this really big balcony on the back and a lot of windows, and I thought, you know what? It's kind of a waste of view when the front door is looking at the beautiful sea rather than the big windows and the sitting area in the balcony where you should go to relax. So I flipped the house around, and I recommend doing the same if you place it on the same lot, because it's just it looks better with the front door looking to the ocean, obviously, but if you're playing, it'll look better when your sim is like outside. You can see through the windows, or not outside, but like when they're upstairs or whatnot, when they're in the balcony, like grilling or whatever, and you can see the water. It just felt better, so that's how. I mean, obviously, you do whatever you want. The bathroom, I try to go a little bit different, a little more feminine, I guess, if you will. It's more like relaxing. And originally, I was only gonna give it a top, but I decided that a shower is needed. So I did place a shower. There we go. And I switched stuff around. There's a lot of different windows in this lot too. Windows that I don't usually go for. I like the big window, like the glass panels where you can just look at the outside. But I figure, you know what? That's very city-like from the apartments and such. I still kept pretty big windows, as you can see. Um, I think this is when I changed some stuff around. I'm not sure yet. Oh, I already did. I already did. I missed it. No, I still changed the upstairs. The upstairs is not right. Yeah. It was when I was, I was playing with the windows. I was just like, oh, this isn't really, it's not working. And I think I started doing the kitchen, and then I stopped and I went back to changing the layout. Yes, this is what happening. The kitchen is not going to be too different from that, but it's going to be different. I just, yeah, this part I struggle a little bit because the trim on the bottom just wasn't doing it for me. This is when I decided, okay, I need more space. The house needs to be bigger, so I move it forward, stretched everything a little bit, and that made those steps actually look way better. Those planners, I had to lift them with the move objects cheat. So if they're not there when you download the building, you might need to place them, because I would come back to that area and they would be like shift to a different position. So I'm not sure they're going to be stay in there. I think it's because they're on the stairs. I'm not sure. I need to check on that. So yeah, here is when I do it. So I tried that because the door was going nowhere, and I'm like, this is so not what I was going with for this second story. It just didn't make any sense. I try to make it work. You see me like moving stuff around and placing the windows differently, and then I think I took a teeny break. I was like, ugh, this is just not working. And then, oh yeah, and I had the hole for the stairs, and it just didn't make any sense. It's like, how am I supposed to put this to, it just, yeah. So I was like, nope, screw it, screw it. And there's another missing wall. They just keep disappearing. I don't know what to do with it. I guess if I go on slow motion, I must have accidentally deleted them, but it kept happening. It was weird. So yeah, now I go with like a not completely different layout, but different. I changed stuff. I just wasn't happy with the way it looked. And I changed the way that the front looks as well. Now I'm just fixing the balcony area because obviously I moved the bottom floor, so there's a hole on the ground. I hadn't flipped it yet. The back of the house is actually looking to the other end. I guess I did that when I did the bigger balcony in the back, and I was like, no, this should be what's looking into the water. This space right here. So yeah, you'll see me, yeah, just play with the layout a little bit more. Those trims everywhere, they were such a struggle. I just couldn't decide. Nothing seemed to look good with the blue other than white, and I really wanted to go with the blue. I didn't want to have to give up on the blue, so I had to try like a whole bunch of stuff before I was actually happy with it. And I haven't personally seen a lot of like beach inspired lots. To be perfectly honest, I haven't looked up any. I'm sure there must be some. But I don't know. I thought it was an interesting idea. I was thinking about it last night. I was like, oh yeah, because I was completely different opposite ends of the spectrum. I was like a completely gothic inspired mansion because you know there's something about vampires coming out and I thought that would be interesting. And then I ended up going with this super light, breezy style. Excuse me, that looks nothing like a gothic mansion. But yeah, I'm gonna have a drink. So yeah, now you see that I've joined those two balconies that were on the front of the house. And that's when the planners went under the stairs for some reason. I think it happens one more time. I'm not sure that if they go under the stairs or if they're pushed back into the house. I'm not sure. That might be something to look into if you download the house. I mean, it'll be one of the first things you see right on the front door, right? So you'll see it. But yeah, you might need to put just regular planners that already have the flowers in them rather than place the planners that you use for gardening and then place a plant on top of that. Something to look into. So now I'm just changing the trim again. I think that's the one I kept. Yes, it's the white one. But I do change the walls in the interior because first I wanted to go with that wood vibe again because I was going for that cottagey feeling. But then I started the kitchen area, kitchen slash dining room, and you know how much I love that brick. If you've seen any of my videos, like I pretty much end up putting that brick everywhere, even when I'm not really going for that. And pretty much what happened, like I did the kitchen, I thought to myself, okay, the kitchen is always different type of wall, right? It has tiles sometimes, there's stuff like that. So the kitchen's gonna have the brick. And then I just like the effect so much. Once you see it furnished, you'll see why. And I was like, you know what? We're going with the brick. Oh yeah, that corner. It wouldn't let me place a cabinet. It just wouldn't. So I started trying with other stuff. I'm like, yeah, that works. Okay, well the fridge is gonna go there. And yeah, and then I place uh um a trash bin outside, and then I forgot to place one in the kitchen, but I do place one. Sorry, the mic moved. Weird. I do place one. There, the planners again. See, weird. I do place one eventually, so it'll be there. Don't worry. Also, there is a hidden fire alarm behind the fridge. I always do that. I always hide them because I don't like the way they look. So I like to keep them hidden either behind the stove or behind the refrigerator. That window gave me hell. I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to do there. So yeah, switched it around a lot, and I eventually went for that big window. Um, What else did I do? I tried placing the covers like the same ones as the cabinets, but it didn't really work. There's too many windows. I do end up taking that one window off, the one that's behind the sink. One thing I would suggest that I am just noticing now is I would flip the places where the sink is and the stove is. I would put the stove where the sink is and the sink where the stove is, because I feel like when you're doing the dishes, you might want to be looking out the window, and I didn't do that, and now I wish I had. So I don't know, just something to think about. Maybe you want to look out of the window while you're cooking. Why not? I just think it would look better. I just now thought about that, and if I had thought of it before, I would have done it, and I probably will go and do it if I play with the sim that is in there. Um, it's just a suggestion, just because I took the window away and now that sink is kind of like me. So yeah, that's the kitchen. Is pretty simple, pretty warm feeling. You know, you come from a walk on the beach and you come in and drink some coffee. I didn't give her a tea machine, which I should have instead of the coffee machine probably. Oh well, you can do that again. Lights were a bit of a struggle. I really wanted to do more artistic and nicer light feature, but because this is a low or the shorter type of wall house, I just didn't really have the room, so I ended up going for those big sort of plate looking ones, which are not the nicest looking light features, but they do the job. So yeah, that's what's up. And now just some decorations here and there, and I gotta say, I grabbed stuff that I don't typically go for because I tend to go for modern sort of sleek style, and this one I really wanted to be sort of warm and beachy and just homey and sweet. So yeah, it's different, very different. I actually think I end up, yeah, that's what happens. I end up remembering that I forgot the bin, so I take that one barrel and I put it in that corner next to the where the china is, and I put the bin where the barrel is. So now I'm just changing the walls because, like I said, I just really liked it. I really like that brick effect. It just looks better. Tell me that it doesn't look so much better. Now I'm going for the living area, which is not a big concern for this sim. I think I named her Ivy. I had to create her, so I think I named her Ivy. She's got a TV, she's got a radio, and she's got a computer because maybe she writes on the side. Maybe she writes biographies about her like travels and how she was inspired to paint. Oh yeah, I tried a couple of times to place a fireplace, but it just wouldn't work with the different levels on the ground. So yeah, and I wasn't completely happy with that whole trim being shown, so I tried to cover it with a whole bunch of bookshelves, all different on purpose, because I wanted it to look a little bit messy. I wanted it to look like she just saw those pieces of furniture randomly. She's like, oh yeah, I love this. Like they have the same style if you think about it. This rustic sort of feel. The colors are similar, and she's got a million books, so she keeps having the need for new bookshelves, but they're all different. I'm sorry that if it's weird that I think about the background story for my Sims a lot. I don't even play with pretty much any of the Sims that I've done buildings for, but I don't know. That's just my train of thought. Like, I need to know what kind of Sim is going to live there to make the house for them. Does that make sense? Like, I can't just do a house without an idea of what kind of person is going to be there. Anyways, now we have these two little nooks. One's going to be the quote unquote office because she's not really an office person, but you know, she wants her computer, she wants to check her social media, maybe, I don't know, look at her Pinterest to get ideas. And then she's got this other little nook, which is her artistic nook. And I decided to use that one dance floor that looks like cardboard, that one right there, to make it look like, you know, she's protecting her wooden floor. She's not an idiot when she's painting. I like that table a lot, but I didn't like the way it looked there. It actually looked good there, but I had another idea for that wall, so I ended up using it, just in a different place, right there, behind the couch. I thought it looked pretty neat, pretty cool. I also love that blue-green color, and it wasn't really the same color as the easel, so it didn't work there. So I have some paint there, and what I was looking for, it took me a while to find. Where did I find it finally? I think it has to be here. There we go. Those paintings on the floor I absolutely love. And yeah, I really wanted her to have that. And yeah, now we're just going for a bit more decoration here on the front door, a little carpet. So when you walk in, you can take the sand off your shoes, your flip-flops. Um, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, I don't think I clutter it a lot. I didn't want to have a lot of stuff going on because I think she's a bit of a hippie. So she doesn't really care about having a lot of possessions. So yeah, I did give her a vanity because I think she still wants to look pretty. So she'll have a vanity right in front of that bed. Um, oh yeah, there was some painting needed in that area. I give her those little crates as nightstands again because I don't think she really cared. I thought she thought they looked pretty. And yeah, she said she used those. And then I really wanted to place that, but it didn't fit downstairs. And I grabbed another of those frames on the floor thing. And I mean, yeah, she's an artist. She would have her art supplies all over the place, right? Or her, yeah, there's supplies, I guess, because there are easels in there. So, or actually not easels, canvases, empty canvases. So yeah, and yeah, here's a vanity, and I end up taking that one thing on the left, I think, because it only let me place two things. Don't know why. This bill was full of random situations that I had to like make myself, get like extremely creative about. I don't know why. But yeah, it would happen a lot. So now we're going with the two balconies. So this is the front balcony or the back balcony. This is the front balconies. So this is just a sitting area, and I was gonna give it a barbecue and like a place to sit, but then I was like, wait, I have an even bigger balcony on the other side of the house. So I decided that this side was gonna be just like a sitting area, just to relax and chat, and the big balcony on the back of the house was gonna be like an eating area where she could entertain and they can look at the sea and chat while they eat and all that stuff. So yeah, there's a little sitting area here, a bird feeder. I tried to place a hot tub, but it was way too narrow. And then I just decided to go with this because maybe she likes to garden in her free time, but there's sand everywhere, so she needs planters. So I went with the planters with a lot of beautiful flowers. And my God, my cats are being like completely crazy right now. And that's when I forgot about the bin. But now we have it, and I think that's pretty much it. I think it's about to be over, and we're gonna go into screenshots very soon. And yeah, that was the one few more decorations that I wanted to add, but nothing crazy. I wanted to keep it very simple. So yeah, that is pretty much. Oh yeah, I put something here on the table as well, I think. Do I? Yes, I do. A little flower. And there we go. I think that's it. Don't think I added much else. Oh, that's when I changed the vanity thing. And yeah, I think it was, what was I doing here? Oh yeah, I was fixing the floor a little bit. The ground rather, not the floor. And then I was just looking at different linings. And yeah, there we have it. So that is the back of the house that you're seeing. And this is the front. And you can see the sea is actually in the back of the house. I don't know. I just really like that idea. And here's the living area with all of her books and her cushions. Very, very cozy, very comfy. There's the two nooks, and there's Ivy right there, getting ready to go eat. She was moving around the house, just wherever I was gonna go take a screenshot, she would move. So there she is cooking. And yeah, this is the ground floor, just another angle from behind the kitchen, so you can see it. Now we're gonna go to the bathroom. It's a pretty big bathroom, actually. I really liked it. I was gonna do one upstairs, but just didn't seem it would seem too pretentious. And like I said, this is a hippie-ish sim. She's not pretentious. She likes her stuff pretty, but just neat. And yeah, that's the upstairs. And I think I have, yeah, a couple more screenshots to show you guys. There's the bedroom area. Again, there's a lot of room to grow, I guess, in this house. If you want to add bedrooms and stuff, you definitely could enlarge that top floor, make rooms if you wanted to. I just wanted to keep it very open concept and very my cats are out of control. Anyways, I hope you guys liked it. Leave a comment if you did, subscribe if you want to, and I hope you have a great day. I will see you on the next build.